Every great tradition starts the same way. With an invitation.
Every invite, every matchup, and every moment. Are you ready to follow the journey to the showcase?
Welcome to The Invite. Each episode, we unveil 2 invitations, programs that were selected not just for their accomplishments, but for how they're built. The stage is set. Texas dominance is about to meet Florida royalty. It's official. DeSoto High School is coming from Texas to meet St. Thomas Aquinas in a national heavyweight showdown at the Showcase. Joining us is Coach Mathis from DeSoto High School. Coach, welcome to The Invite, first of all.
Well, I appreciate it, Brandon. It's happy to be here this morning and especially to be invited. So it's all good.
And that's the first thing, Coach. We got Texas coming to the showcase, and that's a big one. You know, being able to say that the football that you guys play specifically. What was it like for you when you got the invite? What did it mean to the program when you guys got invited to the showcase?
Well, you know, it was a process. It was a process of being able to get there. It was a process of trying to work things out. We had just traveled last year, and we're going to have an opportunity to travel again this year. And so when I found out, I was ecstatic. And I was coaching in the All-American game when it happened to me and everything. And so once I found out about it, I couldn't really react the way I want to react. But once we finally got things going and was finally able to put it together, I was 100% on board.
What do you think it is about your program that kind of earned the invitation and that makes you guys so awesome to be a part of the showcase?
Well, you know, I just think that what we've done over the years here and our culture here at DeSoto, and you know what, we have a winning tradition here. We ranks among the top in the nation when it comes to coaching, or should say, come to our school. It's something that I think you can't overlook. And so when we had the opportunity to jump at this and understand where we are right now, it's because we have great kids, we have great coaches, we have a great community. So I'm glad to say that we're going to be a part of something special by getting invited. So I'm hoping that's the reason why we were invited.
And what do you guys travel? Like you said, you guys travel a lot, and obviously it's as highly ranked as you guys are. You invite a lot of things, but what do you hope that your players in the program is able to take from the experience and coming down here and playing in the showcase in Florida here?
Well, you know what, our kids, I think we're going to be able to take away a lot. I mean, number one, we got a chance to go and play against some national powerhouse teams like we are our own selves. Mm-hmm. Number two, you get to know where your team is at and we know where they're at. And this gives them a chance to bond. It gives them a chance to come together as a team. It gives them the chance to understand playing another top-notch program is not just in Texas, they're everywhere. And so now we have a chance to play a top-notch program in Florida that a lot of people know about, just like they know about us in Texas, and have a chance to go down there and have a great ball game and to see where we are and see where they are.
What are some of the standards in your program, Coach, that you're most proud of?
We're best. Our standard is best, and I'm happy that that's one of our standards. Another one of our standards is we're going to always be disciplined and represent our program with class, and our kids understand that right there. So we have a bunch of standards, but you know, first time you ask our kids, "What's your standard?" Going to say best, because we try to be the best at everything we do.
Love that, Coach. And how does something like this fit into the long-term vision for your program? How does something like this, fit into that long-term vision?
I think it helps us out, get us on a national scene. It helps get our kids out there, letting our kids know that we can play against other teams that are not just from the state of Texas, but are out of state. Like I said before, we went out of state last year, and this will be the second time our team is going out of state again. but it's a learning process. A lot of our kids ain't never been on planes before until they were last year. And so a lot of them this year going to be new getting on planes again. But it's the experience of them growing as young men and understanding they got to take responsibility too when they have to travel. And, it helps them out when he gets to college because, you're going to be on planes in college. You have to travel and you got to know how to travel. You got to know how to prepare for a game. And this helps us all out in every which way aspect we can.
Somebody's, as ranked as you guys are, somebody's still going to see you guys for the first time, be it, on TV or in Florida itself. What do you hope they see and what do you hope they take from a DeSoto program when they see you guys play for the first time?
Well, I want them to see a well-coached team, a team that has a lot of discipline, a team that represents the DE, a team that plays hard for their coaches, for themselves, and want to win, a team that plays as a team. I think that's one of some of the things that I would like for some people to see for the first time watching us play, especially on ESPN, that we see a complete ball club, a team that's coached very well, a team that's disciplined, they can handle situations where when things get tough. You got to overcome adversity, and they handle it the right way.
Last question for you, Coach, and we'll let you go. But why do you take this challenge on? I'm sure it's easy for you to take take an easy schedule, take a cupcake schedule, have that kind of record. Why take on the challenge of early in the season playing another nationally ranked team, like you said, and flying and the spotlight and everything that comes with it?
My coaches just asked me that a few minutes ago. He said, "Coach, really?" And he was jokingly saying that because he knows what I'm going to say. We don't run. How you going to come the best when you don't go out there and you're going to challenge yourself to play some other teams that they call themselves the best. So this is how we test ourselves. This is how we'll come better because at the end of the day, we're trying to win a state championship here in Texas. This helps us in our task in trying to get us a chance to win a state championship in the state of Texas. So that's why we take on the challenge. It's going to better our kids. It's going to better us. It makes everybody better. And we have a chance to become better by playing a team like this.
Coach, we're excited, and we're gonna bother you here between now and August because there's so much more to your program that we want to make sure we get out there. And this is one of those matchups that everybody's already ready to see and everybody's been talking about. So we know the Coach Perry, our picker, and our co-director, Coach Founder was excited when he got you. I got text message blowing me up when he was able to get you guys in here. So Coach, we're excited, and thank you for joining us again. Welcome to the showcase and welcome to the invite, Coach.
I appreciate it, man. The honor is all ours, and looking forward to seeing you and talking to you some more.
Thank you, Coach. Joined by Coach Roger Harry at St. Thomas Aquinas football, and this is the home sideline of the invite for the showcase. Coach, first of all, welcome to the invite.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on.
Absolutely. Coach, first question, an easy one. What was your reaction when you saw the matchup finally come to fruition and get set up for this year?
I thought it was exceptional. It was been several years since we were fortunate to play a team from Dallas. I think it was Skyline back in the early 2000s. So to have Texas, in the Florida area in our Broward County showcase is a great blessing.
You're one of the big schools for us. You've always been a showcase and always represented well. What is it like for you to kind of just be that mainstay that is kind of that measuring stick for people who come to Florida and play games?
I think it's a tremendous opportunity, number one, to glorify God. It's a great ministry that we represent here in South Florida at St. Thomas Aquinas, and obviously we have a direct connection and commitment from our governing body, the Archdiocese of Miami, but to represent our FHSAA and BCAA governing body is just a remarkable experience for the kids. They've done a great job of providing a platform of exposure to not only showcase the tremendous talent pool that we have down here in South Florida, but more importantly, just to glorify God.
Last question for you, Coach. You're setting a record here as being the first Florida versus Texas matchup here in the showcase. What's it like for you just to continue to do great things there at St. Thomas and continue to have good coaches, good players, the support, and to continue to do great things here in the showcase and in general?
It's awesome to represent your program as a direct blessing from a national standpoint. There are so many tremendous, advancements that are happening in today's society. And for football to continue to evolve in this direction and provide tremendous opportunities for our students, their parents, all the schools that are involved, and the media obviously has grown substantially in so many different ways to provide and promote the talent pool all over the country. I just think it's a great opportunity, and just love to watch our players get excited to compete on a high level and represent their organization, their family, each other, but more importantly God, as we continue to advance the gospel.
Coach, I really appreciate it, and congratulations again. We can't wait to finally see this Florida versus Texas matchup and see you guys take on DeSoto. Congratulations again, Coach, and thank you.
Thank you. Thanks again for having me on, and congrats to Coach Mathis at DeSoto and all the wonderful things that he's doing, not only as a football coach and athletic director, but a great leader and community member. So we're looking forward to the matchup. It's always awesome to compete against a like-minded organization that's really focused on the greater good and helping these aspiring future leaders to become champions in their life. So thank you again, and all the best as we move forward.
Thank you again, Coach. Have a great one.
You too.
Well. We are finally here, and DeSoto, St. Thomas Aquinas. This was one that I recall you got set, and I got a text message when this one got set, because this is a big one. This is Texas and this is Florida. You started off the showcase with wanting to make sure you always had California coming here. How much did it take, and how long did it take to finally get this Texas-Florida matchup finally set in the showcase?
5 years of hard work and determination. It's time to put some of the little myths to bed of Texas doesn't want to travel. Who's better, Texas or Florida athletes? Well, in the past, traditionally, Florida schools have went to Texas, but Texas has not come to Florida. So being able to pull this off for the first time, that's what the national showcase is.
When you put DeSoto and St. Thomas on the same field, what does that represent, and what does that mean for the showcase? What does that say about it?
As I said, that is the showcase. It's putting the best teams on the field together to see who the best is. No more mythical national champions. It's Texas football versus Florida football.
And for years, and this is something that I had the pleasure of going to visit all the schools last year. You said, and James Knapp and Sean Sarah and everyone involved in the showcase said national championship runs through the showcase. And I think no year is that more true, I think, than when you can get a DeSoto playing a St. Thomas Aquinas. Obviously this is national implications. This is a national matchup. This is more than just a game here in this particular sense. What is it like for you being able to put something together that's going to have those type of ramifications?
It's just another proud moment for everything that we've been able to pull off with the showcase. And you mentioned like BEF, BCAA, Joe DiMaggio, Dave and Buster's, those type of people that make this happen. This is a proud moment of pulling off something that people said would never get done.
I think this, and having a chance to speak with all of the coaches during the invite has been great, and we're gonna get to double back, and now we get to go back and speak to all of the South Florida coaches and get some rebuttals, I'm quite sure, on what they've heard, and that'll be fun. But what goes into putting together a schedule like this and sitting down and figuring out, all right, I got these 8 schools, and I got these 8 schools, and then I got all these other schools that are calling. What goes into putting together an entire schedule like this?
11 and a half months of a lot of hard work and research and watching and keeping up with football from, every single week. I'm looking at matchups, what teams are doing what. I'm looking at top 25s. I'm looking at rankings. I'm looking at player rankings, and it's all about putting them together.
This is you've had some great matchups, and you've had a lot of obviously phenomenal players. Um, you're now at that halfway point of a decade now where you've been putting this together. You're going to see some of this is the year where you see some of them go into the NFL, and you see some of them playing in national championship games and all of that. What's it been like for you, as we said earlier in the invite, the architect of the showcase games? What has it been like for you, just seeing the talent that's come through and now being at this year 5 mark?
It's just, I feel blessed being able to put on such a high profile event. It's the biggest high school football event in America. And just as you stated, the national championship game with Indiana and Miami had 22 kids in it that played in the showcase. And this year is the first year for the NFL draft that these kids get ranked. And once that first name is called, it's going to be another proud moment. Like that this kid played in their showcase.
Well, that's 8 matchups. Programs from across the country. We just unveiled some of the best matchups and some of the best games, and I think that will, in my humble opinion, I'm sure the opinion of most, that will be played in the entire football season next year. And the stage is set now, I think, for one of the best showcase we've seen here on the invite, Dr. Perry. So, is there anything else as you look at these 8 matchups that we finally, kind of worked our way through and revealed to the country? Is there anything else you kind of get to look back on them?
I'm just anticipating the games. I mean, there's still so much work it's got to be done on our end between now and then, with meeting with all the coaches, all the schools, the administrators, getting contracts done, getting itineraries done, hotels, TV and streaming, all those things. There's a lot of work. So I see the end goal, the finish line being that weekend in August when it finally happens.
Well, we're now 8 days closer anyway, now that we've made it through these releases, and I'm excited. Obviously, Coach Perry, like I said, we're going to get those home schools, we're going to get those South Florida schools here on these next follow-up shows, so we'll get you back on, but we at least got the invite in the first 8 schools knocked out. It's been fun. It's been a great experience so far. Thanks for joining us, and obviously, like I said, don't go too far because we're going to get those other schools on here and have some more fun.
Let's go.